What's up, everybody? You tuned in with Vitamin D with the T. And today we have a special guest, Laretha Brown.
Hi.
Hey, Mommy.
Hello.
And for the people who do not know, this is my amazing mother in honor of Mother's Day. And I would like to wish everyone, every mother, a happy belated Mother's Day. I hope that it was extremely special for you, just as well as mine was. Also, do not forget to please like, share, and subscribe this video right down there, okay? And then also, ask vitamindwiththetea@gmail.com. Again, that email is askvitamindwiththetea@gmail.com. I had such a special weekend because I did a lot of networking. I met a lot of great people. I gained a lot of new subscribers, got some new views on my videos, and I stepped out to Art OTA. It's a little bar downtown on Central, and the DJ gave me a shout out. It made me feel so special, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. It made me feel like a superstar. And I wanted to ask you that, Mommy. How does it make you feel to have birthed a superstar?
Wonderful. A clone.
Good. I'm glad it makes you feel wonderful. I love that for you. I love that you birthed me. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you for giving me life. Stop doing that, Mommy. Okay. All right, y'all. Yes, but we got some good stuff we're going to talk about today. But yes, back to the weekend. I met a lot of great people. The DJ gave me a shout out at the club, the little bar, whatever. That made me feel really special. It just motivated me. And then the next day, we had a beautiful Mother's Day brunch. Wasn't that nice, Mommy?
It was beautiful.
It was nice.
It was.
It was
It
nice.
really was.
It was nice. Also met some new people that I have not met. I did a lot of networking. And during that networking, I talked to a friend we have. Her name is Miss Charlene. And her sister sent me an email, and I would like to read it to you all because this is my first email, and I read it yesterday, y'all, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe this. She said, "Hi Dee, I'm the little sister of Charlene Hunter, who was at your mother's Mother's Day brunch on Sunday. She mentioned to me that you have a podcast and are possibly interested in having me as a guest on your show. I am an author, motivational speaker, and performer. I currently have a book that is available on Amazon called Joyful Journey, a collection of poems, which gives a little oversight of the life traumas I have been through and various poetry topics that help me get through those times. I would love to get a book out to you for you to review and make arrangements to come on your show. You can reach me at," okay, yes. So that was my very first email, y'all. It made me feel so good, so special, and I am so excited to have her on my show. And again, that book is called, let me go pull it back up so I can give you the exact name of the book so you guys can check it out. I hear it's a very great book, and I will be letting y'all know I'm going to get it and read it when I go on vacation. It's called Joyful Journey, a collection of poems. So check that out. It's on Amazon, and it's only like $9. So definitely check that out. And her name is Joi Baker. So y'all check that out. Give that book a check out. And she will be coming on our show. It's going to be about mid-June to end of June. Okay? So stay tuned for that. So yes, again, today we got Laretha Brown today. Alrighty. She is in early childhood and education. And she has a degree in that. And Give us a little background, Laretha.
Okay, so I have a degree in early childhood education. I earned it at the University of Cincinnati with a minor in African American Studies. I have worked several entities of early childhood education. I've been a director. I worked at private preschools. I worked at Head Start, daycares, and I've been a director at a couple of Cincinnati, Ohio daycare centers, and I've taught Head Start. So currently, and let's not forget, I'm the owner of a home-based child care center.
Okay, then. All right. Welcome. Well, we are so glad to have you here at, Vitamin D with the T. It's such an honor. And again, I love And again, I love the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you've been doing this for so long. How long have you said you've been doing this again?
Over 30 years.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
Over 30
amazing. I
years.
love to hear that. I love to hear that. So, what made you decide to work with children and, you know, do childcare?
Well, I always wanted to be a teacher. Back in the 70s, my mom and dad moved us from the inner city and they moved us out to the suburbs. And moving us from there, it was kind of like a culture shock. So the things that went along with black children moving from the inner city out into the suburbs where there was only like 1% black, it was like a shock to both them and us. So I just wanted to make sure that the things that I went through as a child, I didn't want other children to go through. So that pretty much is what changed my mind and made me want to be a teacher.
Okay,
And work with children.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So, what's some advice that you would give to, you know, say maybe if it's just a first time mom or a mother that's, you know, she's just working for the first time and she has to, you know, take that step to put her child into childcare because, you know, with you having your own childcare, I've never had to sit there and go look for a daycare. You know what I'm saying? I've never had to be like, oh my God, where am I going to send my baby?
Right.
I've known from before I even thought about having children, like my baby's going to go with my mother. So I wouldn't even know what to look for if I went to a daycare.
Right. Well, what I would, the first advice that I would give parents is to just prepare yourself. Do your homework. If you're having a baby and you know that you need childcare, which 99% of us know we have to have childcare. I've been there. You need to prepare yourself. And preparing yourself, you need to know if you want to put your child in home base, you want them to stay home maybe with a nanny, or you want to put them in a daycare center. So those are things that you have to prepare yourself for, and you have to do your homework to just make sure that that's a good fit for you and your family.
Okay, so I know you said maybe a nanny or a home care provider or a daycare. What is something that you recommend? You know, because me personally, I do love having a home care provider. Some things that I love about having a home care provider, even though I know, you know what I'm saying, you're my mom. I love how personal it is. You know what I'm saying? I love how I can text you. I love how it's not a whole lot of kids. I love how my son doesn't get sick a lot. You know what I mean? Because I have a lot of friends that go to just regular daycares, and I see them on Facebook a lot. Like, oh my God, my baby, I'm so sick of this. Like, and it's not that it's nobody's fault. You know, babies just get sick. You know what I'm saying? It just happens. And when it's around a lot of babies, especially with COVID and everything. So my question for you is, do you recommend a home care provider or a daycare center or like just a personal nanny? What do you recommend?
Well, personally, I've used all different types depending on the situation at that time. So for me, when I was raising you all, I always looked towards daycare centers. But like you said, I had a lot of problems with you all getting sick a lot. You always had, you were just always sick, whether it be runny noses, but you can get that wherever you go.
Right.
But a lot of parents, you have to take in consideration that the parents will not let you know what's going on with children. So, you know, even though you might say, okay, I prefer a daycare center versus, a home provider versus a daycare center, you have to look at it as parents still need care for their children. So a lot of times they'll give them Tylenol, they'll give them Dimetap or whatever they have to give them just to get them through the day. Now, the thing that I like most is because I do have a home-based center, you know, I make parents feel a little more comfortable. So they pretty much let me know what's going on with their children.
Good at communicating with you.
Yeah, so they will communicate with me and let me know what's going on with their children. And by doing that, I'm able to help them. So sometimes what the state says that we can do or what we can't do, you got a little leadway if you're owning your own daycare center. For example, if your child, some daycare centers, if your child has a runny nose, I might take your child with the runny nose, but I might keep them away from the other children so much.
Right.
As to if they went to a daycare center, they could not go to the daycare center.
Right.
Until they have been free from any symptom.
Right.
For 24 hours. So their noses, I know children, the noses run
consistently. Right.
For years.
Right.
Some people have allergies or whatever, so they don't take in consideration that there might be underlying things going on with children.
Okay.
So you have to think about those things, and when you're dealing with a daycare center, sometimes you're dealing with 50, 100, 200, 300 children.
Right.
You don't want one child to wipe out your whole center.
Okay.
So it's a business. Mm-hmm. It's a business, and you still have to make that money. But, I can't say one is better than the other, although I prefer one more than the other.
As a parent, you do what you have to do.
You
do what you got to do in the best interest for your child. Yes,
and it's a little more personable. It's a little more personable.
Right.
You're able to really talk to that parent and see exactly what those needs are, and you get to know what's going on.
Right.
We deal with a lot of single parent households, whether it be men taking care of their children or women taking care of their children. But either way, you have to have some sensitivity when it comes to that. And as a home provider, you're a little more, you know.
Because I've been there. I'm a single parent household. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do it on my own. It is what it is. But hey, we've all been there. We've all done that. So, my last question for you. This was great, Mommy. I really appreciate this interview. I love this.
You're welcome.
So, my last question that I wanted to ask you would be, what made you, I guess this kind of goes with what you just said, but what made you fully decide, like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to run a daycare center anymore. I want to just go and do my thing at home. And you know what I mean? What made you say, like, hey, I want to become a home daycare provider?
Okay, so I say about 10 years ago, my oldest grandson, my oldest daughter, I pretty much did it for my oldest daughter's children. And my son, he just could not handle being in a traditional daycare center or home provider. He had issues. He had issues such as autism, ADD, and just some other issues, some other underlying issues that made it difficult for him to attend daycare centers and for my daughter to work. So at that time, she was going to school, and I wanted to make sure that she went to school. She actually was going to school to be a mortician. So she went to school. She went to mortuary school. And I knew that once she got out of school, being a mortician, you wouldn't be able to just be able to say, no, I can only work
9 to 5.
Right.
You got to work when it's needed.
Yes. So you had to get up, and she was a single parent. So I knew that she would have to get up in the middle of the night. She would have to work late hours, weekends, and things such as that. So I decided that my husband wasn't working at the time. So I decided that that's what we were going to do. We were going to open up a home-based daycare center. So that's what we did. So with my background, I was like, okay, this is a good fit. I know what I'm doing. I'm just not walking off the street saying, I want to just take care of children. That just was not my goal. So I did that for my daughter, and I did that until your nieces and nephews, which my grandchildren, were up to the age where they couldn't attend daycare anymore. So I did that, and then I liked it so much because friends had been asking me for years to go ahead and open up my own daycare. But I didn't want to open up a daycare center. So I said, well, okay, let me give this home thing a chance. So this is something where my heart really was at. And so I opened up my own home-based daycare center. And like I said, it was for my grandchildren. And here we are about 12 years later. I'm still doing it. And we love it. Me and my husband, we work together. We just love it.
Okay, I love that, and I love that for y'all. So I want to just go back. I know I said that was my last question, but I just want to ask you one more little question because you was like, I didn't just walk off the street and decide that I want to do daycare. Do you feel like there are some people that just wake up? I mean, I know there are. There are because there are people who wake up and decide like, oh, I want to wake up and decide to do hair and can't do it like hair. You know what I'm saying? So what is your feeling about that? How do you feel about that? Do you feel like people should be able to just wake up and decide, I want to go take care of someone's child?
Well, that's a difficult question, but I've always had, since my heart is really with children, it kind of pulls at me because I just feel like you should put in more time. Like I said, I went to the University of Cincinnati. I didn't just say, oh, well, I just got fired from Burger King, so I'm just going to take care of children. And I hear people saying that all the time. I'm just going to go do home daycare.
I do too. I ain't gonna lie. I see people. I've personally talked to people, and they're like, "Yeah, I just lost my job. Des, how your mama start doing it?" I'll be like, my mom, she been doing this for a long time. My mom didn't just, not even thinking of it like my mom didn't just walk off the street. But I've always known, you have always, worked with children. You've always done it.
And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of friends that, not a lot, but I have a few friends that are very good at taking care of other people's children. But I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
And I know the development of children. And I know what to look for. And I know sometimes I might come off as, okay, she's just telling me that. But trust me, I know.
Okay.
When you know, you know.
Yeah.
And
even I've tried to argue with you sometimes, and I'll come back like, Mommy, you was right.
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 And
the doctor said it like, no, your mom, she knows what she's talking about.
And I deal more with theory.
Right.
And it's not just the theory of one child and watching one child do something. This is just watching hundreds of children grow and seeing how they develop and seeing how you can help children grow and be happy.
Okay, I love that.
And that's my goal. I
love that. And I'm gonna say this, just from my personal experience of my son being in your daycare for going on 4 years, I got one of the happiest babies I know. So thank you for that, and I love you. Yeah, I love you.
That's my goal. That's my goal with each and every child that comes through my door. I speak to each parent that comes through that door. I speak to each child by name that comes through that door. When the children come in, not to get off subject, not to get off, but
right, you're good.
I speak to every child, and when they first come in, I get to know that child. Now, every child is not a fit. Every child is not a fit to what I'm doing here, and I understand that both ways, and I'm fine with that. But I do get a chance to sit down and talk to children, see what their likes and dislikes are, see what their fears are, and I try to capitalize on those things and piggyback off of the things that they feel are important to them and what makes them happy.
Okay, I love that. And I definitely, like I said, I appreciate that. My child has been coming to you, even though you're my mother, but still, I love you, and we thank you. Me and Bentley, we love you. We appreciate you.
And trust me, Bentley gets treated the way all the other children get treated.
Okay. I don't know why she threw that in there, y'all. But anyways, y'all, I would like to thank you, Mommy, for coming on to the show.
You're welcome.
This was a great episode.
Thank you.
So, again, thank you so much for the people who, just now tuning in later down the video. This is Laretha Brown, a.k.a. Mommy, my mommy, okay? The girl who gave me this amazing life. The mother of a superstar, Vitamin D with the T. Speaking of Vitamin D with the T, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like this video and even share it if you are feeling generous, okay? All social media is Vitamin D with the T. Instagram, Vitamin D with the T. TikTok, Vitamin D with the T. Facebook, Vitamin D with the T. Twitter, Vitamin D with the T. Okay? Email, I said email. Email is askvitamind@gmail.com. And then also, my special guest chose the drink of the week this week. And what is it?
Oh, a hard Arnold Palmer. I love tea, lemonade, and Tito's. So I mix them all together. And there we go, a hard Arnold Palmer.
Okay.
After 6, that is.
It ain't hard. It ain't hard like that man that knocked that man out with that hard Arnold Palmer. It's just a nice little hard. It's not hard. It's hard. You know, it ain't hard like we like it. It's just a little hard. Okay. Alrighty. And then also, do you have the song of the week? I got one if you don't have one.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I've just been feeling full of love lately. I don't know what it is. I've just been feeling just so full of love. So my song of the week it's a little old school. Sevyn Streeter, It Won't Stop. Okay, so check that out. Sit down, drink you a hard Arnold Palmer.
Yes.
Drink you that, and sit down and listen to a little old school Sevyn Streeter. Yeah, that's her name, I believe. You know, I was listening to it on my way here. I said, this is going to be my song of the week. So, tap in each week, every Wednesday. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We love y'all so much. And again, Laretha Ann Brown, thank you so much for tuning in with us and coming to be a special guest on Vitamin D with the T. And we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Bye-bye.